Hey students, how are you guys doing this week? Hopefully you had a good week last week, but I wanted to go over a couple of things that people had some issues with, but also go over an overview of this coming week. So first of all, when you do your Geo Journals, let me just go to that really quick. Let's see here. Make sure that you come back. This is actually a reminder down here to do replies to your Geo Journal. Come back and actually respond or comment on people's posts and stuff like that. Some of you guys did an awesome job at this. Some of these groups are very interactive and are doing really well. Others are not doing as very well. I mean, so for example, this group here did not comment very much. And so remember that you're supposed to respond to 4 different journals, classmates' journals. So you have to have at least 4 responses in there, and they have to be responses that actually tell me that you're engaged. If you just say "good job," that's not going to be you're not going to be giving full credit. But if you go in there and say, "Hey, I loved your picture. I think that picture of the basalt of that volcanic rock or something like that is really cool, and I wonder how it was made," and stuff like that. So if you actually go and actually do some engaged portions of that or some engaged comments, you're going to actually get credit. But if you just say "good job" or something like that, you don't. So make sure that there are like questions and thoughts that you have about the videos or photos, connections that are made, comments, okay, or to help them out somehow or something like that. That's what's going to be doing it. But some people did not actually make comments. Now, other things that I noticed here as well is some of you, I don't think this is Brandon's problem, but some of you guys, when you did your Google Docs, didn't share it to the public, so we can't access it, so we couldn't even look at it. So make sure when you do your Google Docs to actually share it publicly. Don't share it. If you share it just automatically, or share it privately, and we won't be able to see it. So make sure that you actually share it publicly. Okay. Another thing is some of you guys are actually using the blog posts, and that's awesome if you are. Okay, I think they look so much better, and they're actually so much more organized if you guys use those. If you use Google Docs, I'm fine with that. That's okay. But if you do use that, make sure that you actually post the like Steve did a good job here when he did his. It posts him directly to his Geo blog. But some of you guys did it to the admin page. You put the link for the admin page instead of the link for the actual blog, and so it won't let us go to your site. So I commented on everybody's who did that, but make sure that works. So for example, here's a great example. So here's one of them. Somebody actually did, and when it does it, it goes to my admin site, and that's because it thinks that I'm trying to do something admin, right? But instead of going to their site. So if you're one of those people who've done that, you need to correct that by actually going to the actual blogs. Like go to the view of the blog, and then if you go there and then post that site, or even click into the specific blog post you did and then do that one, then that link will work fine. Okay, but you can't do the admin site, otherwise we won't be able to see it. So make sure you go back and fix that. You can edit your blog's posts. So for example, you go on here and click those little dots here and say edit, and it will edit your blog post. Okay, or you can actually make comments and put it in there as well as you reply to it. Okay, so but make sure that you go in there and interact with those people around you. Okay. So that's some of the issues that I saw with the Geo Journal. Most of you guys did a great job of the Geo Journal. Okay, so just wanted to talk about that for a second. Another thing that people are needing to do is to sign up for a group. Now, some of you guys are going in here in the discussion board and they're doing fine, but you're not actually following the instructions here. For the most part, if you said, "I want to be in this group," I have added you. I added you instead. But you can add yourself. You can go in here and actually add yourself. So down here is where you can go through and figure out what group you want to be in and what other time others are doing. But to add yourself, you go here to the people link, and I actually open it up over here, this people link, and then you can go into the discussion groups. Okay? And so so these discussion groups here, and then add into those groups. Okay, so you can add yourself into these groups here. Okay, and so that's something that you need to learn how to do. So we go in here. This is obviously I'm an instructor view, so it doesn't show you that, but you can go in there and add yourself into one of these groups. Now these ones down here don't have a time designated yet because nobody's suggested a new time that they want to actually meet together. Now there's only 3 spots left, so if you have a very distinct time that you can only meet, make sure that you let me know, and I'll put in that spot. But a lot of these are already full, and so you only can have 5 people to a group. Now I can add one more group if I need to, but we can't have less than 3 people in a group. Okay, and so right now there's at least 15, 16, 17 more spaces here for the 12 students left. But if I need to add another group, I can. But just want to let you know that we need to do that. And if you guys don't add by tonight, really, I will add you to a group, and you guys have to figure out a time to meet. And so it's better that you actually get meet the time that you want instead of me just putting you in a group and then going for it. Okay, so make sure that you do that by this evening. Otherwise, that you're going to be just put in a group because you have to have that group set up this week to do your group assignment. Okay, so that's something that you need to actually to work on. Let's go back to one more thing that I found people have issues with, and that is with the textbook. Most of you guys saw my video before and did it fine, had no issues with it, but some people were finishing the textbook before they were done. So when you go to the actual textbook, the practice assignments, and it will put you into the actual course. Now, you can actually read the material and stuff like that. If you read the whole textbook, you'll never have, or the chapter, you'll never have these pop-ups. But if you didn't, you just went straight to the quiz, it will, after about 10 or 15 questions, it will say, you have finished this section. Well, that means you finished that section, not the actual assignment. Okay? And so some of you guys think that, well, oh, I'm done. So you just quit and then didn't finish the assignment. So some of you who might have started the assignment but only did like 10 questions and then got a really poor score because you didn't finish the rest of the questions. There's usually like 70 questions on these, or 70 to 80 questions on each of these assignments. So make sure, and they're set up for you to go through it as many times as you can until you're done. But if a pop-up comes up and says, hey, you're done with this section, that's probably because you haven't looked at the other sections yet. And what it's trying to prompt you to do is to go look at the other parts of the textbook, read it, and then come back and do questions again. Okay? But some of you guys just have the misconception that it's not doing that. So just realize that that's a problem that some people were having, and so forth. Okay, for this week, oh, that's the assignments. Let me go back to the modules here. So for this week, you still have to go through and do your Geo Journal by this Wednesday. That's for your initial post. You can actually come back and do discussion replies and stuff like that all the way through Saturday. But for your initial post, you have to have it in by Wednesday. Now, for the group assignment is due at the end of the week, but you have to sign up for a group first. So some people have already started that process, some people haven't. So make sure that you sign up for that if you have not. Now, the next thing that we're setting up, the last thing we're setting up for the course is what we call your annotated bibliography. And as part of this, you have to actually sign up for a research topic. And so if you go here to the Annotated Bibliography Project Overview, there is a link for the research project and that you can sign up for. So here's the research topic sign up page. I'm going to actually open that up. Some people I think have already signed up, but others have not. So let's actually show you how to do this. So it will actually open up a Google Sheets page here. And look at that. Some people have already signed up. That's awesome. Okay. And so what you have to do is you have to sign up for a specific topic. And this is the topic that you're going to actually study throughout the rest of the semester. Okay? And you're going to actually look for what we call peer-reviewed primary documents or journal articles. and then post it, and then actually go through that. I'm going to actually do another video on this a little later. But this is the topic you're going to research. Now, there's a lot of canned topics already here, but if you have one that's specific to you that you want to do, propose one to me, send me an email, and I'll see if it's valid for something for us to do for this course. Okay? But I try to be fairly specific. There's some that are general topics, like just igneous petrology, or there's ones that are very more specific, like the geology of Idaho, or the regional geology of Yellowstone, or geoscience. These are more specific topics. Okay? Or my favorite. This is one of my research topics here that I work on. Okay? And so it's just, you have to go in there and do that to start off the assignment this week of doing your stuff, your research articles. Now, remember, when you do your research articles, you need to have a primary source and a source that is peer-reviewed. Textbooks are not peer-reviewed. Blog articles are not peer-reviewed. It has to be a journal article that is peer-reviewed. Now, there are also some articles that are government articles or done by state agencies and stuff like that could be peer-reviewed. But make sure that they're peer-reviewed. And there's actually some links here that tell you how to do peer-reviewed and how to actually find them, actually how to do an annotated biography. You're going to do it in the APA format. So if you don't know how to do an APA format, look at this APA format guide. Okay, so this is something that you'll be doing this week. Now, every week you basically do a Geo Journal, annotated bibliography, your group, and then your practice question, your practice. That's really all you do every single week. Now, these first 2 weeks, you have to do a couple other things to prepare you to do some surveys and stuff like that. But other than that, you are actually just doing those 5 assignments every week to actually get you through the course, except like when you have like exams and stuff. Okay, so just realize that's the case. And now, do also realize that at the end of the semester, you are going to make a research presentation based off of your actual journal articles that you found about your topic. Okay, so this is a cumulative project. You're going to find your papers throughout the semester, and at the end of the semester, you're going to actually do a research presentation about it. Like basically, it's a bunch of slides that you'll talk about there. So when you do your research journal article, you have to do a citation for it in the APA format. Then you have to write a short summary, like about a couple paragraphs or so, about what that research article is about, okay, and how it will help you in your research. So that's just to help you understand what is going on this week. Other than that, that is the main things that I think that you need to know, other than the basics of the other stuff that we've talked about. So that should have gone over stuff that people were having problems with last week, and then also stuff that we need to do for this week. I think that's it. Okay, guys. Talk to you guys later. Where is...